a two-day trail. He's a four-legged tracking machine. You can consider yourself mighty lucky to get past the gators and the quicksand banks. But all these years that I've been here, and nobody got past red. And the warden sang, come on somebody, why don't you run? Oh, red fishing, have a little fun. Get my lantern, get my gun. Little daddy tree for the morning come.
That's Blake Shelton in Old Red. Good morning, everyone. We're itching to have some fun here, too, talking about what's happening at the Paradise Center for the Arts. Kristin Twitchell, the executive director, is with me. We were hoping to have Martin Zeller with us, but he's in Mexico.
Yes, or he may be over here, but he's on tour, so we weren't able to get him in studio today.
Well, what a bummer.
It was, yes. I was hoping. If I get a magic call, I'll let you know.
Okay, that would be awesome. But anyway, he and his band are going to be in Faribault this weekend.
Yes, this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. It's Martin Zeller and the Hard Ways, which I joke might just be Gear Daddies Light, because I think Nick Scioli is part of that. So a few of the Gear Daddies and then Martin Zeller doing just a great show. Original music, some covers, and of course some classic Gear Daddies songs.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, we're excited to have him back. Last year we had him here for his acoustic show, so it was just an evening with Martin Zeller, and we wanted to amp it up a little bit this year and bring him back with the band.
Tickets are going well, I would assume.
They are. We are probably about 2/3 to 3/4 sold out, so folks should not wait to get tickets. We are anticipating the show will sell out this week.
And you can go online and get those tickets.
Yes, you can at paradisecenterforthearts.org, or if it's easier, you can call our box office at 507-332-7372, or you can always stop down Tuesday through Saturday from noon to 5, and then we're open late on Thursdays till 8.
Let's see, where was I?
But I would say don't wait till Saturday to get your ticket.
Tickets are $22 for members, $27 for non-members, and $15 for students.
Correct. And students, we count that if you have a valid student ID, whether you're a high school student or a college student, but I think we did determine last time not a student of life. You need to have a student ID.
Somebody tried to do the old student of life thing.
Yes. But we're excited. It'll be a lot of fun and great way just to break up the cold weather and come out and hear some great Minnesota music.
Yeah, Paradise Center for the Arts event calendar for February is pretty full. We're going to go over some of that here on our AM Minnesota show today. Of course, you always have opportunities to take some art classes, learn about making things, right?
Correct. Yes, we have just a great variety of classes. From if you've never tried something before, we've got daytime, evening, and weekend classes.
And you'll get graded on this stuff.
And you do not get graded. In fact, we have
a
I think it's a pottery, no, I'm sorry, it's a fused glass, like a jewelry class coming up that's actually a kind of a girls' night out, and we're even going to have the bar open so you can make some jewelry and have a glass of wine, too.
Well, every Thursday at 6 you have throwing on the wheel.
Yes. And then there's the retired but not tired, and you don't have to be a retiree to take that pottery class. That's really for anyone, but that's a daytime one.
That's at 10 tomorrow morning and each Tuesday, and then of course at 2 in the afternoon tomorrow it's beginning oil painting.
Yeah, so we have a variety of classes, and if you're a member of the Paradise and you like to throw clay or paint, you can actually just come in and do studio time.
You know, the Merlin players toward the end of the month are doing Barefoot in the Park, because I've already talked to Juliana about being on this show.
Yeah, so they have a massive set. It's really an impressive set. I've been in there, and it takes up our full stage. So that will, well, Merlin always does a great job, but that will be, I know it's a really stellar cast, and it's a great story.
And now you can purchase your Merlin Players tickets online, too.
You can. So, yes, you can now purchase your Merlin Players tickets through the Paradise online ticketing. It's a little different than our regular tickets. They still have the general tickets open 2 weeks before the show, and then season ticket holders can get their season tickets 3 weeks before the show.
All right, we're going to take a little break here, and then when we resume our action with Kristin, we've got some other events coming up in February that we want to plug, so don't go away, folks. There's more happening in February at the Paradise Center for the Arts. Let's get that opening market report. Service of your KDHL Agri Boosters.
Here we go on Monday. Cattle and hog futures are mixed. Soybeans and corn are lower.
Well, I've got several Minnesota artists.
Every day, Stein
I need
strives
to
give growers
do the audition.
superior choices for their fields. With quality products and devoted people, they deliver on their promise that Stein has yield. Soybeans are down this morning. This week's forecast for central Brazil looks drier, allowing for harvest activity, with a chance of rain later on in the week for Argentina. Unknown destinations this morning brought nearly 200,000 tons of U.S. soybeans, about 2/3 for delivery this marketing year, the remainder for next marketing year. March beans are down 4 at 974 3/4. Maize flour lower at 986 1/4. Corn's down. South Korea about 130,000 tons of U.S. corn, continuing the recent hot streak of sales. Even if the actual out movement continues to be slow, corn's also watching conditions in South America. March is down 3.5 at 358. Maize 3.5 lower at 366. Chicago wheat's down. Kansas City's up. Minneapolis is mixed. Forecast, you have precipitation in the U.S. Delta and eastern Midwest, while most of the U.S. plains remain dry. New supply and demand numbers are out on Thursday. March Chicago's down 2.5 at 444.5. March Kansas City's up 2 1/4 at 465.5. March Minneapolis is down 3/4 at 603. Live cattle are mixed. Watching the distribution of this week's show list, feeders are up in the wheat trade and corn. February lives 27 higher at 127.12, and April's up 17 at 126.32. March feeders are 45 higher at 151.37. April's up 40 at 152.17. And hogs are mixed, mostly lower on spread trade and demand uncertainties. A lot of pork in the market right now. February's up 22 at 75.42. April's down at 9 at 73.45. The Dow is well above its early lows. John Kirby, Brown.
Thanks, John. That's your opening market report, a service of your KDHL Agri Boosters, including Mark Dietz, Minnesota Agronomy Products, your local Titan Pro dealer. Talk to Mark about seed, chemicals, fertilizer, crop insurance. His phone number is 507-676-7767. And that's 507-676-7767. Also, Werner Farm Seed Dundas for quality seed at reasonable prices. Give Paul or Gene a call. The number 507-645-7995. 507-645-7995. Those are a couple of our KDHL Agri Boosters.
Can something that's truly stylish be truly durable? Yes, when it's the Home Depot's exclusive Delta Everly Widespread Bath Faucet in Spot Shade Brush Nickel. It's at a new lower price.
So were you rooting for either of the teams, or did you not care? So were you rooting for a particular team last night, or did you not care who won?
I was hoping the Eagles would win because I'm sick of the Patriots.
It's tricky, isn't it? This whole better thing. Where do you begin? 5 a.m. alarms? A silent meditative retreat? Working until 3 o'clock in the morning? Or maybe you can begin another way. By listening. Listening to the most inspiring voices on the planet. Listening to stories to help guide you on your own. Audible. Open your ears to the biggest selection of audiobooks from the world's most inspiring voices. Go to audible.com and start a free trial today. When you're hiring, you don't want to sort through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Daryl was hired with Indeed. Nothing has been this simple, this easy, and this effective. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Freddy's Pizza.
Hey, I just got my pizza and there's a piece taken out of it.
Yeah, that's our fee.
But I paid for the whole pizza.
And you got the whole pizza, minus our fee.
That doesn't make any sense.
Nah, it's just like being charged a sign-up fee on a personal loan.
I'm sorry, what?
You got fee. Goodbye.
Wait a second.
Mortgage by Goldman Sachs offers no-fee personal loans for home renovation, major purchases, or managing credit card debt. Don't get paid. Visit Marcus.com.
Get In our AM Minnesota program today, Kristin Twitchell is with us, Executive Director of the Paradise Center for the Arts. Kristin was telling us off the air here that she got to go to the Super Bowl. How cool was that?
It was really amazing. I joke, I went to a Justin Timberlake concert and there was a football game around it, but we had fun.
Oh, so, yeah? You preferred the conference?
No, it was a good football game. We really enjoyed it. I got to go with my 15-year-old son, so he really was a little overwhelmed but had a lot of fun.
Yeah. So how was the situation with the crowds?
It was getting in was actually surprisingly smooth. We had my dad with us, who's in his 70s and had his cane and did great. They had a warming section. And I think people kind of trickled in at different times. Getting out was more the the challenge.
So did you stick around and watch some of the celebration?
We did. Yeah. So it was my family was in from Texas. My dad was here from Florida, so we stuck around to see a little bit of the end.
Was it full?
It was. It was a very full house.
Was there tickets still available a couple hours before? Because I looked it up.
It looked full from where we were sitting. We were up pretty high, so. But it was kind of a nice, fun bucket list thing.
Yeah, well, it's not every day you get to go to a Super Bowl.
No, it's not.
And it's the last time it'll be here until they build a new stadium. I'll probably be gone by then.
Yeah.
At least we hope they don't try to replace this one in another 10 or 20 years.
Let's hope not.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I've never been in there for a football game. What's it like?
It's really nice, and they have huge screens. I mean, we were pretty far away from the field. Sometimes I feel like I was watching it on TV just like everybody else.
Only you paid a handsome sum to be in there.
Well, I didn't pay for it. So.
Oh, okay. But I'm just saying that most people.
Yes. Yes. The Paradise doesn't have that kind of money. I don't have a salary that covers Super Bowl tickets.
Average ticket was $3,000, I was reading.
Yeah, so I don't know. My brother, it was part of his company, so we won some
cool.
company tickets.
You got a nice brother.
I do, yeah.
I mean, he could have invited anybody.
Yeah, it was nice of him. And my dad's from New England, so he was a Patriots fan.
Uh-oh.
So, well, and I was at the University of Michigan when Brady was the quarterback, but none of us were over. They've got enough Super Bowl rings. It was fine for the Eagles to win.
Yeah. So how'd your dad feel about it, though?
He was fine, same way. He said, Brady hasn't, the Patriots have won enough, so.
No. Well, he's in the Hall of Fame. Belichick's in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Sure, when they get done. It was kind of cool to see Randy Moss got in the Hall of Fame. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here to talk about what's happening at the Paradise Center for the Arts. I just thought it was pretty awesome that you got to go.
It is, and I'm a little tired for your listeners today. Sorry.
No,
it's a late night.
Well, you couldn't have got home very early. Traffic out of there had to be crazy.
Yeah, we got back around midnight. So.
Well, that's not so bad.
No, it wasn't too bad. But
I would have guessed later than that.
No, it wasn't too bad.
So did you take a light rail or what?
No, we had a bus or a van that brought us in and picked us up because my dad has some mobility issues. So.
Oh, cool.
But we still had to walk several blocks, but it was good. Lots of wonderful. One thing we know, whether you're here in Faribault or in the Twin Cities, Minnesotans are great volunteers. I know that a huge part of what put the Super Bowl on were volunteers, and same thing here in Faribault. When we put on all of our shows, we have volunteers that do our ushering and our bartending and our big blue collar music festivals. So. Very thankful for that volunteer spirit here in Minnesota.
I did see posted on Facebook, Peggy Gardner, the bride of Scott Gardner, the VA band director, got to meet Jimmy Jam.
Wow.
Took a picture with him.
Okay.
And so I asked her, I said, did you get him to agree to come down and do a jam session with the VA band? And she said, I never even thought of it. I was so awestruck.
I bet.
Said, I wish you would have been there, Gordy. You could have asked him to come.
Yeah, I emailed Justin Timberlake's people to see if he'd come to a mini concert, but I never heard back.
Yeah, I don't know what a mini concert would cost, but I don't think it would probably be a mini price.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so we have a great lineup. I hope folks, now that the Super Bowl's over, they're geared back up for some music and theater. So.
Well, you have an idea of how all this stuff shakes out cost-wise. What do you think you got paid to do that halftime show?
I thought I read someplace that they don't get paid for the halftime show.
You're not serious?
No, I swear maybe that was somebody making a joke. I have no idea. But I think those artists are usually millions to be up on their stage.
Well, I would think so.
For a concert.
I mean, it was a Pepsi halftime, right?
Yeah.
So you'd think they would have put it together.
I have no idea how that one works, so.
Yeah, well, man.
But yeah, but we hope folks will, now that the football's over and we've had a break, that whether they come out this weekend or later this month, we have a lot happening.
You certainly do. Again, Martin Zeller and the Hardaways are going to be in Faribault this Saturday, 7:30. The concert begins. Of course, Mr. Zeller, a Minnesota singer-songwriter, his group will be with him this time. He said last time he played a
Yeah, it was just
acoustic
he and
concert.
another guitarist doing an acoustic set, where this is more with a band.
I bet that was pretty awesome, though.
It was. It was really intimate, and especially in our theater, that's what's really nice. It's not as big as some of the others. You really can feel like you're up close and personal with the artist.
Yes, there's not a bad seat in the house.
That is true.
And there's
Yeah.
no question about that. So again, folks, nearly a sellout already.
Yes,
So get those tickets today. Jump online right
Yeah.
now.
that's right. Even though the box office isn't open today, you can get them online.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, you don't have to worry about the box office. You get them now.
Right.
Online at,
ParadiseCenterForTheArts.org.
yes, members are $22, non-members are $27, students are $15, which reminds me, people should probably get their memberships.
Yes, we always, whenever you get your membership, it's good from that point for a year, but it gives you great discounts on tickets, on classes, and it really helps us keep our doors open. I think sometimes because some of the shows we do, like Martin Zeller, people might forget that we are a nonprofit and we're member driven, and we need those memberships to help support our operating costs. And we have an expensive, I'll tell you, this winter we have a very expensive utilities bill.
I'm sure you
Keeping
do.
that old theater going is wonderful, but it's not cheap. So
No, it
we
can't
appreciate
be.
the support of members, and lots of perks with a membership.
How much is a membership?
It's $40 for seniors, $50 for individuals, and then just $75 for families. And that's for a year, and you can easily pay that off with a few ticket shows or discounts on classes.
What do you consider a senior?
I believe, oh, you got me there. I'll have to look it up. I can look it up right
Every
here.
place is
65 years.
65?
Yep,
Okay.
65 and up.
Every
So-
place is different.
That's right, it is. But some other things we have going on is, I know the show isn't until April, but we have Annie auditions this month. So
cool.
if there's, they're particularly looking for a group of girls from first grade, as young as first grade. Isn't that fun? First
Yeah,
grade.
You have to find the Annie.
Yeah, through middle school. Those auditions for the younger girls are Sunday, February 18th from 4 to 7. That's for the first grade through middle school, but then they're also looking for high school and adult. Of course, you got to have your Daddy Warbeck and some of those characters. And who is it? I forget the name of the character who is at the orphanage. Those auditions are Monday, February 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. And that's for the Paradise Community Theater's production of Annie, the musical.
And again, that'll be in April.
The musical is in April. The auditions are coming up in February, so
Yeah.
18th and 19th. So you can get a hold of us at the Paradise if you want more information about how to get an audition packet, either for you, if you've got a niece, nephew, granddaughter, child. We'd love to see a lot of kids show up for auditions.
And the Merlin Players are doing Barefoot in the Park, opening on February 23rd.
That's right. And the weekend before that, Beauchamp is back with their annual fundraisers. They do a dessert and concert and silent auction fundraiser, and we're happy to partner with them on that. It's a great local corral.
Yeah, the Beauchamp folks did a great job at the hospice tree lighting
That's right. They
in
said-
December, as they've done the last couple of years. Such
And
awesome
that's
harmonies.
Saturday the 17th, and even though it's a fundraiser for Beauchamp, the concert is open to the public, and you can get those tickets through the Paradise as well.
They're $30, and I know you're going to have some, well, in addition to music, some magic, it says here, desserts, and a silent auction.
Yes, and I was at last year's show, and it was a lot of fun. Last year's show was The Movies Come to the Bow, so this year's a little different with Magic Comes to the Bow is the name of their theme.
Yeah, magic comes to the bowl.
And then a couple other things. I think I mentioned when I was on the air in January, we received a Southeastern Minnesota Arts Council grant to launch a new children's theater program. So we have Annie for Paradise Community Theater, which is first graders on up through high school, but we also have this new theater program where we're partnering with Child's Play Theater, and it's not too late. We have our acting fund for little ones. It starts this coming Saturday, the 10th. And that's for our littlest actors. That's 3 to 7-year-olds. And they're doing Aesop's Fables. It's just going to be a wonderful show. Andy works with those kids, and I don't know how he has the patience to handle the 3, 4, 5-year-olds as little actors, but he does. My daughter did the camp this summer, and she loved it and is so excited for this program. So
Wow.
we're thankful for the grant that lets us do this, and they're actually going to put on kind of a more, a stage production. So we hope folks will come out and sign up for the Aesop's Fables, and then they're doing their show March 17th.
So what are the ages for the acting for little ones?
The acting one for little one is ages 3 to 7, and then this summer we're going to be doing Lion King Jr., which is for the older kids, and those auditions will be coming up a little bit later in the spring. And then in the fall we're going to be doing Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice for middle school and high school youth. So we have this funding through the grant to do 3 different shows, and really, if you're not sure you want to be on stage, there's also going to be an opportunity to learn some of the behind the scenes theater work, sounds, lights, set building. So if you have a young person that maybe doesn't want to be up front but wants to learn about how theater production happens, they can come on out too.
Yeah. Well, I've always believed, and I think most theater programs do this, that you should probably do a little of something of everything.
Yes, and it's
That way you would have more respect for your fellow peers of the theater if you do a little bit of every job. You do the lights, you do the sound, you do the set
absolutely.
building.
And I always encourage folks to consider trying out for community theater, whether you're a young person or an adult, because it's just a great way to get comfortable. You don't have to be on stage in front of people, but to learn new things and challenge yourself and have a lot of fun. I know our theater people have a lot of fun together, so should sign up the little ones or come out and try out for Annie. We have a lot of theater happening.
All right, let's see what else is happening in February. We talked about throwing on the wheel. What's this girls' night out thing?
So that's the one I mentioned where it's the fused glass. So you can come and make some jewelry, have a glass of wine, and just take a fun break with some girlfriends, or maybe if you want to come out with your mom or enjoy an evening class, you get to make it right there, and then I think he has to put them in the kiln, so he has to fire the glass and then you can pick it up later. But they made ornaments in December, and the ornaments were really fun. So the jewelry is really creative that people can make. If you're not artistic, Dale makes it really easy.
But it's girls only?
I don't know that we'd turn a guy away, but the idea is for a girls' night.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, there's guys that probably like to make jewelry too.
They might, yeah. Well, while we're talking about it, I want to make sure just to mention that Julie Faulkner, who's our Director of Operations, she has her own show opening up in the next to the library in the rec center, kind of in that hallway there at Buckham Commons. So
Cool.
she received an individual artist grant to do farm animals and kind of capture, and so she's been to a lot of other farms, and that's opening this weekend as well. So I want to invite folks to come out and support Julie. She works incredibly hard for the Paradise, and we're thankful to have her. So this is for her personal artist grant, and want folks to come out and see her artwork over by the library.
Again, at the rec center
Yep, at the rec center, that hallway that's between the library and the rec center.
is where her works are.
Yes.
And I would assume you can purchase those.
Yes, they are for sale, or just come out and enjoy them. And then currently we have the Weavers Guild of Minnesota in the Carlander Family Gallery, and folks should come see that. It reminds me in some ways of our Woolenville show. It's not quite as big, but I'm always amazed at what textile artists can do. And there's jewelry, there's wall hangings, there's actually what looks like a mermaid dress, and this is all articles and pieces of art that people have done for weaving. So come check out that one. That runs through February 24th. And then we have Teresa Harsma in the Branish Boardroom Gallery, and she had some of her work in the Woolen Mill display, but she has quite a bit more on display as well.
And remember the Faribault Winter Farmers Market.
Yes, it's the first. We just had one this past Saturday, so the next one will be the first Saturday in March.
Should be March 3rd.
Yes, so, and it was a packed house on Saturday. I was there when they were setting up. So I think it's really a fun opportunity to partner with Rough Acres here in town, and then Gray's Farm with Tiffany Tripp and the Paradise, and all these other locally sourced foods. And a nice break from the winter. Just come on in and enjoy an afternoon with really yummy looking foods, and then there's homemade soaps and just jellies, jams, maple cotton candy.
Maple cotton candy.
Yeah, one of our maple syrup folks also does maple flavored cotton candy.
I learned something I did not know yesterday while flipping pancakes for the Lions Pancake and Sausage Feast.
What was that?
You can tap acorn trees.
I had no idea.
I didn't know that either.
Don't know that sounds good, but I guess
Never
it makes
heard.
sense.
It takes a lot more to make syrup
It does.
from an acorn tree, is what they tell me.
Okay.
So I don't know. I got one in my yard. I didn't even know you could tap it.
I don't know that I would want to try that, but maybe, who knows, maybe someday we'll have an acorn syrup person at the farmer's market.
So you learn something every day.
You do.
Absolutely.
I do
And-
want to make sure your listeners, I know I'll be back on in March, but save the date for a couple of things, because particularly the Danger Committee, do you ever go up to the Renaissance Fair, or do you try and stay away from that one, from the Res Fair, the Renaissance?
No,
They
I'm pretty
perform
much figured
there.
out by that time.
I understand, but they perform there, and they're amazing jugglers. They juggle everything, crazy knives, swords, you name it. They also juggle fire. We will not have fire in the Paradise, but they'll be juggling all sorts of other stuff. They don't do fire in indoor settings, but if you've been to the Renaissance Festival, you've seen them. They're March 9th, and we're anticipating they'll sell out as well. And that's also the same day that our student art exhibit opens for all the area schools. So we just want to make sure folks save the date for that and get
Awesome.
those tickets early, because that will sell out. March 9th for the Danger Committee.
Isn't that something? Time just marches on.
It does. I can't believe we're in February and I'm talking about March. I don't know what happened to January.
No,
So
it just flew by. At least for me, I know.
it sure did for us too. And March is going to be jam-packed, so it'll be fun to come back and talk about all the shows we have in March.
So again, in summary, this Saturday, it's Martin Zeller and the Hardaways. Get your tickets right away because it's nearly a sellout already.
Correct. So you can still get them, but don't wait. Don't wait till the weekend or you'll miss out.
And if you haven't signed up for a membership, you can save yourself buco bucks, especially if you go to multiple shows during the year.
That's correct. And your membership is a way to support the Paradise, but yes, because the discount counts on shows and classes.
Members are $22 for this, the Zeller concert. $27 for non-members, and students get in for $15, and again, can't be a student of life.
No, you just have to have a student ID. So if you're a college student, high school student, we want to make it affordable for them to participate.
Beauchamp is on the 17th, which is the following Saturday. Magic Comes to the Bow. It's a fundraiser.
Yes, for the Beauchamp Choir. And then as I mentioned, we've got those auditions for Annie. So if you're interested, or you know someone who might be interested in auditioning for the Paradise Community Theater April show of Annie, you can contact us at the Paradise. And then the Aesop's Fables with our Acting Fund for Little Ones. We want to get some more kids signed up for that. We have a few spots left for our 3 to 7 year old,
Yep,
our
yeah.
youngest actors.
Auditions for Annie are at 4 in the afternoon on the 18th, that's a Sunday, and on the 19th it's 6 in the evening, if I read this right.
That's right. And the ones on Sunday are for the younger ones, the first graders through middle schoolers, and then the one on Monday is for high schoolers and adults.
Every time I see PCT following the time, I keep thinking it's Pacific Coast time, not Paradise.
Paradise Community Theater.
Everybody else.
And it's not too late to get season tickets to Paradise Community Theater. You have until April to purchase season tickets for the theater season, since their first show doesn't open till April. So get
Okay.
those.
So how much are those?
Oh, here we go again. I know we
You
only
can
have a
find
minute.
out on the website.
You can find out on the website. Otherwise, if you're a member, they're $39.
Oh, what a good deal that
Yeah,
is.
that's actually for 3 plus 1, because we have Sam Temple doing his 1855 show, and if you have season tickets, you get to come to that show
So
for
you
free.
get 4 shows for $39.
For the price of 3. That's our 3-season pass. Yep, for $39 for members, or $45 for non-members, or $27 for students for those Paradise Community Theater season tickets.
And what a deal that is.
That is.
I think I'd jump all over that.
We hope so, yeah.
Yeah. You can go online too and get season tickets for the Merlin players too. I know.
Yes.
So thanks.
Thank you,
Kristin.
Gordy.
Appreciate your stopping in. We'll look forward to seeing you again in March.
We appreciate your listeners and the support the community gives the Paradise.
Yeah, well, it doesn't happen. It doesn't continue unless people support it. So keep that in mind, folks.
All right, and we'll hope to see you Saturday.
Yeah, and sign up for some of those art classes, too. It's really a nice tension reliever. That concludes today's edition of AM Minnesota. Tomorrow, Jerry's going to have Bob Moffat from the American Lung Association. So we'll be breathing a lot tomorrow. You're in tune to KDHL AM, Faribault, Minnesota.